I did this entire eye and my eyebrow, all of this makeup with one brush. Science of Pretty now has its very first brush, and it is the perfect eye brush. I think it's the only one you need. It does your crease color, it does fine liner, it can even do your brows, and it is the perfect brush for tight lining. If you are a tight lining fan, you know that finding the right brush can be really challenging. It needs to be soft, but it needs to be firm enough to apply I use mascara to tight line. It needs to be firm enough to apply that safely, and it needs to not poke you in the eye. So let's do this eye with just one brush, the Science of Pretty eye brush. We're going to start with a little bit of the contouring concealer. I just smeared a little bit on top of this brow powder lid. It works great, and then I wipe it off. I keep some makeup wipes in my vanity drawer, and they work great for cleaning off my brush and wiping up containers that I use for palettes. So I'm going to take just the tiniest little bit and pop it right above the crease. So the crease is right here, just on that little shelf above the crease. Then I'm going to turn the brush this way, and I'm going to take and start making my rainbow shape and go all the way from the last eyelash up, arch up, and then down all the way into the tear duct. That's your pattern. Once you get your pattern down, then start speeding it up a little bit. And then once you've done maybe 10 passes or more, start moving upward slightly. Keep your shape and keep your starting and ending points, but just start moving that arch upward until the brush touches your eyebrows. And that is going to help you contour your eyes and kind of deal with this big issue that everybody has, some smaller than others, but dealing with this hood and kind of pushing it visually back a little bit. So I'm going to add just a little bit more and deepen that effect. And that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to pick up just a tiny bit more of that, and I'm going to line under my eyes. Same brush. And I'm a big fan of just using one product for as many things as you possibly can. It makes makeup simpler. It makes it look better because you don't have so many colors going on your face, so that your eye color really gets to be the showstopper. All right, and now I'm going to do a little bit of lining on the top. And we'll smudge that in. I'll wipe off my brush a little bit. Smooth that out. And now we're ready to tight line. I'm going to wipe that brush off with my makeup remover wipes. It's about all they're good for. Don't use them on your face. And then I'm using Sky High mascara lately. It's a tubing mascara that I learned about from my girls. Actually, they love it, and I tried it one day and I was like, well, this is not bad. So big fan of the Sky High in this household. I'm going to pull some mascara off, and I'm going to tight line by just blinking onto the brush. I can almost do this better without a mirror and just go by feel. And then when I get to the inside corner, I like to have a mirror. It really helps give you a fuller mascara look without having to just layer on mascara. And the older you get, that top membrane starts to kind of hang out a little bit, and it becomes more visible as we age. And so if you can color in that membrane so that it looks like part of your lashes, just gives your eye a much more cohesive look, and it takes away a pink stripe that is inevitably interrupting the visual effect of your eye makeup. So I'm going to clean this off, and now we're going to do the brow. I'm going to spray some setting spray on my hand, and I'm going to dip this it's not doused, but it's pretty wet. Okay, I want it pretty wet. That's how I get the best color match for me out of this brow powder. If you need a lighter color, you could use less setting spray. And then I'm going to use the lid to kind of localize and make sure that the product is right on the tip of the brush. And I'm just gonna do my brow thing. Same as I usually do. This brush is kind of specially made to have the ability to do really fine lines, not as fine as some brushes. It's not the finest possible brush, but it has a really nice sharp tip so that you can do fine stuff like brow hairs. And then it has the width that's just right for managing the crease and the hood area. Just an all-around good makeup brush. I'm so excited. I've always wanted to have like the perfect eye makeup brush, because saving time with makeup means you're more likely to spend your time learning better skills and not jacking around with lots of different tools, and it just clutters up your mind and makes the whole process a little bit too tedious, and you should really be focusing on other things. All right, so I just need a few darker strokes right in here. And then I'm gonna brush through those with a brow brush, but that is eye makeup with just one brush, and it's available in my TikTok shop.